Let's pray. Almighty God, we ask for your blessing and wisdom upon this Parliament. Direct and prosper our proceedings to the peace and welfare of the people of Solomon Islands. We ask this in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. Parliament resumes.
Statement of government business for the week ending Friday, 8 August 2025. Further statement.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Further statement of government business for the week ending Friday, 8 August 2025. Thursday, 7th August 2025. Bills Committee of Supply, the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Committee stage continues and concludes. Bills third reading, the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Bills second reading, the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Bills Committee of Supply, the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Bills third reading, the 2024 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Bill second reading, the National Building Standard Bill 2025. Motion of adjournment. Friday, 8th August 2025. Motion of adjournment.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Bills Committee of Supply, the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025.
Thank you, honourable members. The House will now resolve into the Committee of Supply to continue consideration of the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Thank you, honourable members. We are now in the Committee of Supply to continue consideration of the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025. Again, may I remind all members that when we consider each head, Standing Order 64.3 requires that any debate on a head must be confined to the policy of the service for which the money is to be provided. We will begin with where we left off yesterday. Here we left yesterday, and we are now on to the development expenditure supplementary in the bill. So I appropriate the relevant head to begin with is head 10, Ministry of Infrastructure Development, and it's page 4 of the bill. The question here is that the sum of $119,200,000 for head 10 stands part of the schedule. If any member wishes to comment on this head, please refer to the Public Accounts Committee's findings and recommendations of the head on page 85 to 87 of the report on this bill. Any comments on that head? Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Thank you, sir. It's just, pardon my ignorance, no more. The Road Transport Board, Minister Save explaining what now jurisdiction do I have? What now I'm actually doing? Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader of Opposition. So the Road Transport Board basically manages the road, sets policies and guidelines for the usage of roads. It is a statutory body that has been established a few years now, but full-time government, no any funding going on there. So now we've managed, that's why we're requesting these funds. We have 10 vehicles there. The Australian government is helping us in branding them. So basically, this will enable us, the Road Transport Board. It's a composition between, or comprising of HCC, police and MID. So this body now by helping me all put up signages and patrolling the roads. So unfortunately we cannot persecute or prosecute anyone until we have signages up that's stating not the rule or roads. So that's this body. So this funding will definitely help us to start patrolling, enforcing and some of the rules of the road usage, and also for control not heavily congested areas where at evening we must have traffic management lane because police is quite short-staffed and with limited resources too. That's clear.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
This one for Honiara Nomo or for whole country, every road of the country?
Honourable Minister.
Well, the body, I mean, its responsibility for managing all assets of the road assets of the country. However, due to limited resources, it may lack for staff first time then slowly make our way to the provinces. Especially in light of big events where Bakakame, we want to start controlling the traffic, setting some rules, limiting certain types of vehicles from using the roads at certain times, putting up signages for no park there and all of that, and also procuring a tow truck so that if man can park wrong or disturbing traffic, we can tow the vehicle away to the yard where then you have to pay a certain fine. We're a long way to go yet in terms of developing the mechanism for issuing fines and all of that. We're hoping, our ministry is hoping to bring the amendment of the Road Transport Act to this House, hopefully, if not end of this year, then first quarter next year. But while we wait for that, for the only thing that I think I'm good for you, we start doing awareness campaigns and start patrolling, letting public aware, like, okay, you're not supposed to do this, you know, to do this. Once the legislation is amended, there'll be certain fines also.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman. Now that the three stakeholders on the City Council with the Ministry and Police, this was traffic problem now. There was a report, maybe Minister, you come across him on the South Bus route. By Hasatlo Road there, no, by first start for Lulu that one. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman of the Bills and Legislative Committee. Yes, so basically the Road Transport Board looks after everything when it comes to the roads now. So basically short bus routes and all of that will start in start talk strongly and hopefully patrol to make sure that over time doing short bus roads.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Any further comments on the head? Let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $119,200,000 for head 10 stands part of the schedule. Of those in favour, say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $119,200,000 for head 10 now stands part of the schedule. Next head on this is head 23, Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. The question here is that the sum of $59,800,000 for head 23 stands part of the schedule. If any member wishes to comment on this head, please refer to pages 114 to 117 of the report on this bill. Any comments on that head? Thank you, Honourable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman, Mr. Nak, for commenting, powerful Minister of Fisheries. Budget here, hemi long-awaited sort of budget by the country, more so our people of Malita. By our local contractors bring me by the for building up. I think recently we have come across Sipa hemside to Mokata road engineering or exclusive or normal. If Minister sabe help him committee for understanding the approach. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Chair, thank you, Chair, and thank you, MD for West Arare. Yes, the 30 million being, this is a strong push, and thank you, Minister of Finance, for allocating this 30 million for Bina. Bina itself, the project is a long-time story, and so the boss prime minister said, "You go make sure Bina ham done." So, we happy too much for pushing this project, and so the 30 million. We feel like for internally, to internal, and look like maybe port storage, maybe by building this warfare for rather than taking more easier. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Again, Honourable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Minister. Now that the serious investment into Bina start for looking. Some years ago, the first cane tuna for Bina. Okata po putim yes lahemia. This time yes hem how many more ya? Now that you start for serious assessment, make give him hope loop project by come into operation. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Chair, thank you, Honourable, for raising this additional question. So me fella try for looking at the economics law. How now by Benham look like? So we middle peers when we go around, we're trying to call support as well. If we can build this, awesome. You talk about the cane tuna or eloining. That then people must do some good assessment, then we will put up a real thing that by map and Lupina. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We like Savin was with the capacity to spend all 30 million between August and end of December. Are you able to spend all this money in those few months? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Chair, thank you, Leader of Opposition for the question. So the 30 million, I have a time frame here. Really, we feel like we're finishing by end of there, but I think something people must meet in other requirements as well. And so timing is here. Site investigation by August, design and review by October, procurement by November, construction by January, and the completion by 2027. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Leader.
Yes, so if you may follow more with the activities, because you know spending 30 million here by the end of December. It's construction of January also, that's when you will need the bulk of the money. And if you do more internal tender process more, that's going to take a while more. In the meantime, it's great. For the first time, we have a significant amount allocated, but it's going to be money sitting on the books that won't be spent, that perhaps could have been spent elsewhere. I suppose that's from a budgetary point of view, that's a concern.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Yeah, so Chair, thank you, Leader of Opposition once again. So the allocation of 30 million was there. This is just a timeline. By middle time for within the time period. This is just a timeline. A guideline will never work on, but we'll try our very best. If we miss a fishing selling at the end of this year, by good Thomas. Actually, Mr. Chair, I've asked for 100 million, but there's a time work line, and also not 30 million coming. But thank you, Leader of Opposition. We will try our best to finish this money by the end of this year or early next year. So thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
So I just want to reaffirm the suggestion by Chairman of Bills and Member of West Arare that maybe I'm good You download him full 30 million here, give him low ports. You will negotiate, then not go do him. Eventually, like Noro, ports will take over there. So we want them involved right at the outset, do him properly. Know what you mean? Take him and then you may give him low other service providers, and then in short time too much to spend all the money, so pressure for spending. You spend them go, but then we may not get the kind of quality that we need long term. So when we're talking about infrastructure development with maritime sphere also, it may be good for get ports involved right at the outset. So I just want to reaffirm that suggestion to the ministry. So no go tender more. Story with you more get more. Make him hurry up now. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Leader of Opposition, for that question. Yeah, this one is some seriousness of government, longo abina hamba, and we show it aware of putting that amount as a Minister of Parliament. In fact, 100 million, yeah, but considering the fact that we got a limited time to this year, so we put it that there is a process in terms of procurement of works along government, which we have to follow through in this process. That is a good suggestion. Port and current capacity, they are doing their own both domestically here, and we could utilize them too. But we'll have to go through that processes, and they are, most welcome to also apply. And then if it happens that they win the tender, then we could also look at options of, putting this money aside, ring-fence it for that purpose. Or if not, then we can always budget for it next year as well.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader.
Yeah, thank you. I acknowledge the response by Minister of Finance, but this one is slow here. I mean, tender no. You think him going to tender process here? Minister of Fisheries, man, like doing something here, which is great. But tender process, no, we're frustrating him here. But you should perhaps enter into an MOU with ports, avoid the tender process, and the function law port law. There should have been already some advanced discussion about how ports is going to come into play, and they could co-finance. They have plenty of money and can co-finance. So those discussions should be had. It will keep certainly the cost of the infrastructure much, much lower. I would say probably even as low as maybe half what it would be if it was built by someone else. So it is a very serious option that if there is a need for a waiver of the normal procurement processes, do it. Make them, we see something quality done and done within good time. So we can start moving on. And next year, new allocation, someone knew something now. Also, ports have money, so I'm good for invest inside. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader of Opposition. Yes, Port has its own CAPEX plan with it, and this one is a little bit different from their own CAPEX plan. But discussion is going on with Port at the moment. In fact, already, and they have visited the site as well, doing their own assessment. So we'll certainly look at that option.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Ms. Malaita.
Thank you, Chairman. We just like for thank you, Minister of Fisheries. Thank you very much for getting this push for 30 million for Bina Harbour project. I think it's looking good, and we just like for Mr. Chair thanking him for the project, especially the wharf and initiatives that have taken, looking towards some Port Authority. That is a better way to go. We have more professionals now in SIPA. They build their wharfs in Milukim Selava. They have the very best engineering. So I think Minister may
me stand here to support the move that you taken, your ministry, PS. I think that's the way to go. I think we have heard about the project. I think it needs some infrastructures in place. While we're talking to investors, I think there's something there. But not anything there. So that's why me like for just for comment, Chairman or Minister, I think we need to have that work in place now, so that things are moving. With the 30 million, I think the process is as leader and talent. I think when we localize it to tender it through process, I think work out no mind. When we look at professionalism of contractors that by doing what kind type big works or some ports and be eligible for doing that one. So, Chair, I thank the Minister and the Ministry for taking the steps towards being our project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Member. That's also the comments for your acknowledgement. Honourable Minister.
Chair, thank you, MP for East Malaysia. Thank you for the suggestion by the Leader of Opposition. That can be we'll work closely with the Minister of Finance for the tender process. Maybe our intention is to do some very strict confined tender. Give the process for doing also, but we have to go through a process that we transparent the way we do things. That we talk about too much Luhiana, and so we cannot just bypass some kind of process also. No, but thank you. We in the ministry, so Bina Hemason. If we can finish the money by this year, he must finish it, and then we call for some more money next year. Mr. Chair, thank you for the comment and the contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for East Churchill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think it's good to see the seriousness of government for go ahead with this project. This project is older than this country. 60s yet, maybe talk about it. So it's good to see government stepping up now. Probably the info for information, perhaps no one maybe for telling me what the development partners that you talk with you. Are they forthcoming for helping me for finishing this project? We may have a promises about for involving this project. No matter what happens until government, of course, will take a serious move now for putting. This is the first time, of course, 30 million gone from budget. Development partners coming in for finishing this project. As me say, it is older than this country, and I'm still stuck here.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister for Planning and Aid Coordination.
Thank you, Chair. Just to also complement what the two ministers already mentioned, that the government is taking serious, especially in terms of making sure that BINA project is happening. Like Member for East Solemi also mentioned that we need to also show some commitment, especially with our budget, so that we also show to our donors that we are committed and also prioritize this project. Already as part of this negotiation and also support from some of our donors, Australia also, through Ministry of Infrastructure Development, for upgrading South Road as part of BINA project, including 5 kilometers Darjeeling South Road. You may already approach SIPA formally, and they already got doing their own assessment. You may also approach NPF, and so the approach government and we take him. You may help to him domestically before you may also approach him or donors. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to supplement the responses by the Honourable Minister of Planning in response to the important question raised by the MP for his choice of yes. This is a project that, since this government came into office, one that we really prioritize. As the Honourable MP for East Cheshire and Talim, long time now, I heard him about Bina Harbour project. I think it's time that we make some concrete efforts towards these important projects. So in my interactions and engagements with our development partners, in addition to what Minister of Planning in Talim, I always raised about the importance of Bina Harbour in terms of being a transformational project, a strategic project, local country. Yes, apart from partners like Australia in terms of road infrastructure leading to Bina, we have also indications from the European Union in terms of their support for this project. I have also sensitized this to other partners like the Abu Dhabi Fund and the Saudi Fund. The original business case is now with them, but I understand from the ministry there will be a revised business case on Bina Harbour in terms of the costs. So our partners are also waiting for the revised business case. Then they will see how NABA work with our government on this project. With my recent visit to New Zealand, of course, a report will come to Cabinet on that visit. But this is a project that the New Zealand government also has expressed a very strong interest to support. New Zealand has over the years been engaged with us in the fisheries sector. Through programs like making a strong fisheries program, Solomon Islands, under which the tilapia hatchery law Aruliuhem Commander, but also they've also helped to fund the establishment and workflow Bina Harbour Project Office within the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. So they are one of the partners that have been engaged with us for quite a while on the Bina Harbour project. And I have indicated to them our interest, and of course reaffirmed that it is a priority, but indicated to them our interest for them to also help us to advocate and coordinate development partner support and assistance towards Bina Harbour. And on that, I'm keen for doing, and they're also looking forward to the revised business case so that they'll be in a better position to know so that when they talk with our other partners, it's based on the revised business case, also in Talim. But they're willing to support the project going forward. Colleagues, this is a huge project and it will take a number of phases, but it's important that as a government, as a country, we take the lead in making that commitment, hence this initial commitment of $30 million towards the Bina Harbour. Most of the time we go out there and we talk about our priorities, but if we don't show that commitment or that contribution from local government, then it must look good sometimes. So with this initial commitment, we hope that our other partners will come in to support the Bina Harbour project or any other project for matter. I think it's important that as government, we need to show that commitment. When we say commitment, I mean there is some allocation in the budget. I know we have constraints, but at least that commitment, we must show more budget to them, so that when we talk with partners, it's clear to them that IMI man where IMI same priority, yeah, commitment is there, and I'm sure they'll come on board to support us. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Chair of the PAC and MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Chairman. So the whole idea that I think we have now started to move in seriously to put the commitment law is that government has to show some commitment law, some parts of the project, and I think the choice that the project team maybe or the ministry have made is to start off with the wharves and the jetties. That's why we are putting this commitment to make sure that we do the wharves and the jetties. The other part on the factories and the real project, I'm no more of it. So I think the question that a lot of people are asking is that between now or whatever time that we will complete this jetty or the wharves here, when will the actual project construction kick off? because the risk now is, what do you mean, constructing jetty and wharf, then lay ocean now. You mean by wait for another 10 years more for, in the meantime, jetty, but by lay useless ocean no more. So, Prime Minister maybe, or Minister of Finance, Minister of Fisheries, can you come up with some kind of a realistic time frame that, between, from the time that the wharves and the jetties will be completed, we know exactly when the construction of the factories, whatever choice that eventually will be decided on, maybe it's loining or cannery or whatever. What's the time frame that we are looking at? And which particular donors are showing that seriousness? Coming back to the question, though, which choice of which particular donors are showing the seriousness that if you do this, if you do this commitment, we will, within this time frame, come up with our commitment to put up something, for the factory, either it be from donors or from private capital investors or some multilateral or regional financial institutions. What's the kind of a makeup of the capitalization that Babayam come inside here? And what's the time frame? No more small question we like to ask him. Could you mean constructing wharf here? Staka wharf you mean constructing lo past year? Like os him lo gizo nustupe here? You look him go to climate change, wharf here, antaplo here, everyone come to look wharf os him lo wharf here. I don't want that kind of a wharf to be constructed. No more. True one is just you go logizo, you look him lo nustupe. You come around go, but you look on no. Man, what kind of wolf now? Let's not build that kind of a wolf or Jeffy lo bina, please. So, what now? What's the kind of a time frame and the commitment that we are looking at? Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman.
Minister of Finance.
Chair, thank you. Once again, thank you, Chair PAC and MP for Central Honiara. So this wharf, the 30 million wharf, meant for. Actually, it's not a project. It's a wharf that by and deal with him discharging. Even though the locals can be also a issue. It's not part of the program. It's a separate project altogether. So even the confusion, while we talk later, the people had to come. Then we talk about that him no actually. He had a story project of some. Then he talk about him. I think that one we like talent for some. So even the confusion public for this being a project there. So this whole project is meant to be a wharf aside from the main project. And our plan for the main project here, PM said about, I meet with him, Foreign Minister of New Zealand and the Minister of Fisheries as well. And they are committed very much to this program now. So they will lead and they will ultimately financially the donors for come and participate. I think that's if I can do what people talk about him there. So New Zealand will take the lead and then others will just support them. And the time frame, him asking the time frame. So planning him on this time, 27, 28, he build that, he start building now. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, Chairman. You me a little bit. No, I'm not confused, but I just want to come back to the explanatory notes, normal law. Head 23 here, page 35. This is something to do with Binaba. But suppose you minister say that this has nothing to do with that project here. No more, it has to be something to do with this project here. I think we got the explanation from your officials law committee. We fully understand how now the explaining come. And that is, this jetty is to be used by local communities and others, and it's a kind of a sole commitment to potential investors, donors who are interested, to help us in capitalizing the actual Bina Harbour project, Emerson. So, of course, it has some very, very strong connection with the whole concept of the project here. So, if you look at the explanatory note, it does say so. So, that's why we are putting this question to you by saying that, look, okay, if we have somehow, completed this particular wharf and jetty, and it shows a very strong commitment to all these private capitalists or even the donors and others that are interested to help us, what's the time frame that you mean by for them to be able to come forward and say, look, we are now ready to put in the money for the main project, which is factory and or something or similar. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you once again, Chair of PAC and MP for Central Honiara. So what we try for Parliament, Mr. Chair, this whole warfare, not by a lot of discharging happened over there, but it's not part of the project. I'm not saying not part of the project. It will be used for the project. I'm not what we try for Parliament. I'm not isolating. They both complement each other. But also for comparing, also Mr. Tupin, I think we cannot compare to Mr. Tupin. I think that's we can compare that. I'm not right. There's something even like them look different. You should look different too. Also, so Chair, the time frame is 27, 28. That time frame, we will work towards that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yes, just further to questions about Central Gualcana, Central Honiara. No, because you look dia, no, you're confused. Melu look like well, Mr. Chairman. So there will be another wharf more for when the cannery is up, which would be the international wharf itself. This one is just like a domestic one, where we're using for raw material for starting construction and also. There will be another one later on. For clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Yeah, Chair, thank you, Leader Opposition for that question. So one for another wharf, yes, of course, by him built for running shop law. What the program you think about it? Correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Central Honiara.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so this warfare, I think it should be part of the Binaba. The little bit advice no more on possible risk no more was in Mitalem come today. I think you slow down a little bit, then you think in Bonomos and what I'm telling you that in case you mean building warfare, then something, it will take another long time more for you for building not canary. I'm not basically what I'm saying. Mino say that we will build another wharf was in Nusetupe. Possible risk no more. That much. So you slow down a little bit, take all the explanations that we will give you was in a serious way like that. What I'm saying is that Mungudumi constructing warfare and then what I'm not by actual building blow this will canary happen. So what's the time frame? That's basically why I'm asking that. And you are saying that, oh, no more. We are going to build this for him now, but by using for delivery of all the things. Which is, I think, it's going to be used for Bina anyway. So thank you for that explanation. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Yeah, Chair, I think this issue in the going back and forth in the moment. That story I'm not defending anything. But time frame block Canary, I'm not 28. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have the last comment from the MP for West Ariare.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving last supplementary law, West Ariare. Me like for thanking Prime Minister, Minister of Fisheries and Cabinet for this decision, and could now Minister of Finance, of course, him no paper nothing. We must not forget him powerful chairman law being a cabinet task force. Yeah, I think him too some lucky him so yeah, cabinet him looks at that one. Now, Imi make him go now, powerful Minister of Fisheries, him go now, no another 20 years more and another 30 years more. We've been waiting for Bina. Whole Somaliland's been waiting. And Prime Minister, hemi share him come, hemi bring him joy. Lost Stakaman, we wait for project here. That government is committed. Powerful Minister of Fisheries and Finance, lo okat the process here, tender and okat something transparency and accountability. This one, project Bluyumia, is there under your powers exemption? Exempt him. For no tender more. Port Bluyum Tola, Minister Lodia, lo MID, ma imi kikim go now. What now? Okat requirements okat pepaya more. Yeah, right him go no more, exempt him, make him project him start for work now. Because process as leader of the opposition, he also point him out. Then the process by him go another months, years come more or same. So me like for recommend him go no more, Minister of Finance, if you have exemption, look at the tender process, exempt him, make him powerful Minister of Fisheries, him run with him. The 30 million him to start for looking fruit land. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Member for West Arare. Two ministers, Fisheries and, of course, Finance.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Member for West Arika. Yeah. Exemption, so Baba Yumi look at a good process that Baba Yumi follow so that you may quickly implement it. I think I understand that a delay might happen also, but there is a process that you should follow. But of course, as we say, its own capex plan. They're not completing it too at wharves, domestic wharves here, and also. But if they have a capacity, then it could be part of that process as well, which we could consider. Thank you.
Thank you. With that response.
Last one. So thank you. Just in line with that discussion, no more. Perhaps maybe the approach to Bina, depend low. You may budget him, then go through procurements, then cash flow, blow government, and all something. Cash flow more, and something where Pupusumi will back more. Maybe good for either a special fund or some other things set up. So the time you may budget, full amount you raise him go now, then all get now go handle him procurements and every another something, make him flow smoothly, as opposed to you may by a problem or procurement and payments, cash flow situation. That's just a suggestion for you all think around. But my more substantive comment, sir, is with regards to borrowing. When we come to the main project, you will have donors, you will have budgetary resources, and then you will have some of it will be borrowings. And as we have seen with TINA, and so with the upgrade law, international wharf law here, what borrowing here, excessive, unnecessarily excessive. We have not been paying attention to cost calculations and projections and also, and so you may end up borrowing too much for something that should be maybe a third or even half of the cost. So I just want to flag that. Let's learn from Molkat lesson here. And not allowing Bina to become another of those projects where by borrowing and borrow excessive and not justified. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Leader. Honourable Minister. Sorry, Honourable MP for his choice of first, maybe.
Mr. Chairman, just food for thought, no. The project is in course of 70 years now. I may not move. You may want to move. Well, does it cross the mind of government? There are other ways of addressing this project. And you can address it through BOOT, build, own, operate, transfer. Build, operate, and transfer. You just sell the concept. And then you get the development, If we've waited for more than 70 years now for this project, what about 10 years? Just wait for 10 years, no more we have a project. So let's be a little bit more strategic and radical about it. Because as soon as the project, they remain like that forever. No, understand.
Thank you. Comments from the Minister for Planning and Aid Coordination.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for especially comment made by leader of opposition and MP for East Social. Yeah, I think we learned a good lesson, especially on the China project, and so government is mindful on that, and of course, as a project in approaching law, one government makes sure that the necessary infrastructure must be in place, and that's where you may show some commitment, and of course, with some support of donor, and part of it, but you may have to look at the concessional arrangement for that. I think point also noted especially that with the seriousness, because like others already say that me long time for good, and so you mean government now committing some funds, also establishing the subcommittee for being establishing a project office through ministry, and of course mandated Ministry of Finance and Planning too for start looking, talk with donors, and of course look at some potential funding. Number of interests too shown, especially with other neighboring countries, especially like Kiribati, and so I think the review law business case hadn't happened this time, so we should be in a much more better position after the review complete. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mi hapilo tok planning, Mr. Chairman. So now me lead lo question for me for maybe for no idea no more for me giving law minister for minister together with planning and this whole committee, subcommittee, chairman, law subcommittee, travel everyone or come together with one full paper for come to parliament. This is a very important project, and parliament meeting in proper involvement lo hem now, even by discussing on this whole paper. Yeah. Because question also not important, but you may ask question no more, but we will be better informed. Parliament will be better informed after the review, and then subcommittee or by putum come minister by putum come face wolf blaheme, and then nara wolf more and also. This all wolf chairman, hem wolf were also minister, hem no talem good come here. This all wolf about using too for using for this all big wolf whereby you just make him. So me looking also by him start lot 27 and 28 yeah. Hey, I think this one wolf way me look at him no good by long minus 7 no. So problem also where Minister of Planning he make him no me I have tell him out yeah. This one him look also if we move yes by me pass him this all $30 million for something yeah, but empty pen low cash flow too yeah. So me no sa by him true or no ma. Me like ask him travel everyone through the Minister of Fisheries, take him come a proper paper after this whole review, make him Parliament have me debate him and consider him good. That one now by him better inform Parliament law where we are. Lord, this is a very important project. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honourable MP, Minister.
Chair, thank you. Thank you once again, MP for East Area. May I just like for comment, Small Malaita.
Is I must lulu good law when I'm addressing the question.
Chair, sorry, me MP for Small Malaita. Yeah, we apologize for that. So me just like a comment, but before that, me like for Northern 2, Point Respa is choice of law. This is like a good comment. When this project going to happen? So this project, I say, is a long time story. And all of us say you be involved one way or another for talk about this project. And so my call is for all of us. This is one of the flagship project for Malaita province. And we talked about development, and we've been plagued here. We've been hearing people telling about development, like Gualakanuma, West Numa, and other places. Where are Malaita? So if we have to push this project, it has to be all of us. We must stand for pushing this project now, and that is my call. And it time challenging me that what happened no more. It's just a story. Good story na kan sen. Making you say money, we talk about me doing money. Ham na me like kind story sen. Means Minister of Finance was committing funds for him now. The Minister of Fisheries revenue is 300 million. I'm not talking about big basket when you kick him or bottle him. We should have built this project. And so my call for this time now, give a building project. We don't need any other donors. We can just build this project or send when revenue come from that. Easy something no more. Easy one. I agree with some sentiment raised here. I'm good for Imi Herms of a story, good for the startup project where it is or something or the making Imi making a local country. It must follow process. And I'm not did label him. Yeah. If we talk about the Tina Hydro project, former Minister MP for West Arara. Mitwal Barrow had on this issue. This project came about here. So, the donors they have strings attached to their money as well. And so, time we ask for donors, the donors have the strings attached to the money. Was like when we follow Moga too. And so, Chair, I think March we talked about him, and let's stand together to push this project. I'm not calling all around this honorable chamber. If we have to make this happen, if it happen this year, we're doing this year now, man. If we're doing this year, we're finishing project this year now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader.
We are following one Minister of Fisheries Taleme. This was spirit blow him good one. I mean, sometimes. This whole attitude, go get it done here now, we must be behind him. Of course, challenges are there. We have laws, law procurements. Let's work around it. So I think let's find mechanisms to make it work. My question blow me no more. You got a chairman where me hem subcommittee below cabinet? No more. So anyway, what I want to understand is, so you've got a committee, then you've got the project office, and then you've got the ministry driving this project. How do they relate to each other without stepping on each other's toes, and that they are adding value to moving this thing forward? Thank you.
Explain, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and let me thank the Leader of Opposition for that comment. Before I come to that, I would like to also acknowledge the earlier comments that have been made by the Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee in terms of port infrastructure, the comments made by the MP for his choice in terms of the options that we have going forward and how best we can get this project going. And that's an important option. And I'm sure some of these considerations as to which way we take will be much more clearer when the business case, the revised one, is ready by October. That will also be helpful as to we are not partners but like upcoming which part of the project. As I've said, this is a big project. Starting off with the wharf that will be used supporting the main wharf. But there will also be requirements in terms of water infrastructure going in, power, and all those before the actual cannery can operate. So some lessons learned as IMI embark on this important process. And we hope that in terms of lessons, we will not build wharves similar to what's happening in Nusa Tupe or even Lobuala, but Bola, Wharf Blem, and C2. So these are important. So they have to be climate resilient. I think we have to take into account those lessons. In terms of financing and borrowing, the Leader of Opposition has expressed some views on that, and I'm sure we will also learn from lessons in terms of Tina Hydro. But these are lessons that we learn, so that we may improve going forward in other projects. So that's on that. Coming back to the Binahaba Cabinet Subcommittee, yes, we have the MP for West Koyo, who has been appointed as the chairman of the Binahaba project. And that also shows the commitment that we as a government has in terms of prioritizing Binahaba. He works closely with the Binahaba office, project office, within the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, especially on matters relating to community and land owner-related issues. So that's where most of the responsibilities have gotten, liaising closely with the landowners, plus the Binahaba project office, and of course the ministry. And he does report to a cabinet law of the ordinance for Binahaba, working closely with the minister as well. So I'm now a little bit in terms of reference law, the chairman of the Binahaba Cabinet Subcommittee, and we hope that with his involvement and participation, working closely with the Binahaba office within the ministry, and of course working closely with the minister, we should be able to move this project going forward. Of course, the availability of funds for budget and the participation of partners going forward will be important as well. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister.
Quickly, no more, sir. So, do we have a budget for the committee itself, the work of the committee? I mean, the ministry, I'm clear. The work block committee, being a committee here, how is that funded, their activities?
Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Leader of Opposition, for the important question. Currently, it's funded between the two ministries, Prime Minister's Office, as well as Fisheries. But at the moment, it's basically under PMO allocations. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that comment and response, let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of $59,800,000 for head 23 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $59,800,000 for head 23 now stand part of the schedule. The next head for consideration, head 28. Ministry of Mines, Energy and Rural Electrification. Question here is that the sum of $68,373,936 for head 28 stands part of the schedule. Any member wish to comment on this head, please refer to pages 119 to 120 of the PAC's report on this bill. Any comments on this head? Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And again, we want to thank the Minister for Mines and Ministry and government more generally for allocating a serious amount to this very, very important facility. Mining is, of course, on the cusp of taking off. Several assets start. And we hope there's more to come. Of course, we still have issues with, long-term governance, economic rent issues, low taxation, and so forth. We must address. We haven't addressed those. We must address them. Otherwise, mining will be worse than logging. But that's a discussion for another day. In terms of the lab itself, of course, it will help us to know what is being mined and Hemi taken out of the country. Last time when we had that discussion, I think end of last year or early this year, about bauxite Loreno or shipments were going, Savelohem now, they would talk about what other minerals were being taken out. We had very little idea, and we knew for sure none of them were paid for. So this lab is going to be very important in the main mineral that is being mined in whatever tenement, and other associated minerals. You can find them if it is of economic value, and that at least we know the grade of it, and then each shipment, what kind of volume may go out. This one is very important to us. So my question, sir, is prior to this lab operating at optimum levels, how do we ascertain that exports will go ahead decide how do we ascertain the volume that's going out, the percentage or grade that's going out in minerals, associated minerals, and any claims by the exporters of whether it's economical or not economical in terms of values of the associated minerals. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Leader of Opposition and the MP for Auckland for that very important question. Chairman, I think that is why the lab is very, very important. It's a very critical project, Blue as a country. We don't have the capability at the moment locally, domestically, we depend on others to tell us those information. At the moment, you may use ALS Lab Australia, where it's quite untimely and we don't have ownership of information. That exercise here, it's costing us too, around 26,000 Solomon dollars per annum for the exercise. So to answer the question, we don't really have the full capacity at the moment. We depend on external resources for doing determination for UMI. But this lab will help us a lot, determination of values, gold, for even the garam grade control, bauxite, to look at the quality, alumina, in regards to other reactives inside soil. Nickel also too. We can be able to do recovery optimization apart from the value determination. So it's a very important initiative, project for me, and at the moment, in at full capacity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. Honourable Alida.
So how much would it be to Barawa completing? I know the narration here, this is to supplement under budgeting law main budget here. But is this adequate to now Barawa complete him and resource him and equip him and consumables or tests and complete naya, or by you need him some more? It's such an important piece of capacity to have that we must totally fund it. You mean no underfunded? So this one be enough? If I'm under by how much yet here? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Leader of Opposition for that question. Yes, just to further clarify, this allocation of 10 million, 10.6 million. Mainly for the new laboratory, mainly for initial stages, for the for land development, for architectural planning, geotech site analysis with them, what are UXO clearance. Bigger component of it, like for this, and for renovating now the existing lab, so that we can accommodate for the equipment with the payment. We have no garden space for storage moketa. So that's for the interim. For the new laboratory, it's mainly for the initial stages. But this one, 10.6, mainly for renovation of the existing lab, so that we can store them or house him now with the equipment what already paid. Also for technical training of the staff there, so that we can be able to utilize the new equipment in preparation for the eventual construction of new laboratory. So for completing the new laboratory, we have almost a full funding for him now. And once the designs are completed, we should be able to ascertain what the total value, the total amount of money that would be needed for making the total new construction. But this funding is important so that we can come up with a design to see the total amount where we need him for the new laboratory. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Thank you. So, by you mean 2 3 years more, some of exports go, you mean no get a grip on. I had been under the impression that Labia now you may now, but the current existing old Labia with the new equipment, we will be able to take over all get the tests where currently me rely on ALS lohem. So that's a question. If no more, then you may look how long more. My second question is to the Minister of Finance, sir. As we noted last time here, Renault bauxite issue here, some of these minerals here and associated minerals are not in the schedule for duty here, or our revenue raising tools. So what work has already happened to make sure that once the lab is informing us more, there will be need to have law that levies the appropriate duties and income taxes, and also look at the minerals where, because you mean gold no more, you mean gold no more, and then, but the others, you mean listing. Has that work been completed? We were told last year that that work was ongoing, so that you may no miss out. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you once again, the opposition, for the question. Let me answer one part in terms of capacity, and then Mr. Finance, I don't do what is relevant law ministry blame. But yes, with this whole funding and with the equipment that have already procured, of course, technical upgrading Blokata staff me, and also important, which is included in this funding. We should be able to have capability for imisabe sustainable quality, or the quality of our minerals that are being exported. Should have ownership of that process. Thank you, Chairman.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Leader of Opposition. I believe that can be done by way of Ministerial Order Moya, AG, can correct me that, under the essential of Customs Act, when or tariff essentially, as long as new minerals come in, we can do that by way of ministerial orders, and then gazette them, and then them come into force. Yeah.
Thank you. Honourable Leader.
Yeah, so if it sounds fairly quick and easy, has that been done? Because we do know from the various operations that there are associated minerals. So technical advice from Ministry of Mines to Ministry of Finance would then lead to what might be the appropriate levies to be put on. Has that been done? Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister. Finance.
So thank you, Chairman. We're currently doing that for bauxite and nickels, where we put him on tariff or export duty onto them, and any other minerals that you may find him having doing the same thing as well.
Thank you. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, me looking this laboratory and law supplementary, me very happy, and but minister I'm just tell him come now, me sad no. So me happy go me sad, me very sad this time. Sadness blomilo, this one also meditating him you me by make him awesome this laboratory, him doing work away you may need him for to work a man blame, yeah. But when I'm telling this ain't no more yet, yeah. By me we wait more time, yeah, no, me no sabe. So this is a very sad time for us. But me like ask a minister, or what the equipment where him tell him no got room for him here. Or the equipment you should assess him any mineral where emitting him got him where. Was mineral go some place when or geologists say no in mineral him, but mineral him no more, what's it? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Chairman Law as Committee and MP for Small Malaita for that question. Yes, Milak for comforting Chairman Blas Committee. Don't be sad. Yes, be happy. Because this machines here, equipment was already paying me, along with the capacity development program, whereby funded under this allocation, we should be able to have the capability for him ascertain or check him quality below kata minerals as well as the associated also come with minerals here. The capacity will be, but in the long run, you need a new lab now. So you go up office building up 1960s, not just the lab, but the whole building and office here now. But that office will be generating a lot of revenue for this country. And so, every time, I was supporting go, making me doing go. But without this funding, we have to go to new lab because architectural design now, you need for him doing first time. So, if you doing that one finished, then you just go for new lab. And at the moment, there's no existing architectural design, and that's the first step towards, and also site here. Site here, what looking finish, and they are finished. So you clear them no more, check for no any bomb hide there, and also, then once that is done, you may go to construction straight away now. So while we are waiting for the new lab to be constructed, we restore the capability for us to be able to determine the values of the minerals below and not associate minerals we will buy up inside look at the soil might export them. But we need a new infrastructure. We need a new lab. We need a new office too. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman. Me stand for pledging support for new lab now. Take him come budget Chairman, question below me. Thank you, Minister, for all the information and the budget where by Imtal passing. Technical experts blame tola. Moso o kata local. You have update him house no more Imtal current or enough lohem ready lode and o kata school. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Chairman Bills Decision Committee and MP for West Arare for that very important question. Yes, technical expertise is one area of concern, not only the ministry but also other ministries, but the Ministry of Mines because it's a technical ministry. It's a particular importance to me. Ministry has Human Resource Development Program where I'm sending them out people, technical officers for good training, short, medium to long-term training. Come back and continue for staff inside the office. We are talking with the partners of me for some helping me with that one. Australia has announced assistance for technical assistance law ministry, particularly law energy and the Ministry of Mines for that purpose because there is a lack of capacity number. Even though there are enough people, especially law areas, geology, mining engineering and also me by also thinking for liaise with the Ministry of Education where for look at possibilities where we can prioritize areas of need on top of there. But at the moment here, it's the capacity that we don't have because not enough people. We have few there, but not enough for us to really effectively undertake the role of ministry as expected by all of us. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable MP Central Honiara.
Thank you, sir. So, explanation of Minister, and making me worry more. Not same worry below small Malay, but just that he's now admitting that technical capacity is normal there. So, Labia, do you think, Minister, that all the operators, those that you have licensed, will use this laboratory or this can seem no more in this time where local region? No one use him now, lovely. Everything in inside the container now, then go away. What's your view on that? Thank you. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Chairman of Law Public Accounts Committee and MP for Central Honiara. Yes, I think some of the first concerns were being raised in terms of capacity. We have people there, but I'm not enough. And that's we are working with other stakeholder ministries, and look at our partnership living for addressing that one. It will be an ongoing. If I have doing recruitment too this time, we have a lot of vacancies for the last month and this month, and we'll continue to recruit here to fill up some of the gaps where I'm currently existing in terms of human resources living. So I'm here recruiting technical people, some technical people, some administration, and also. So we are slowly addressing some of this as we speak. In terms of compliance law, I think Suralabi will go together with them the new minerals legislation, and we're before the House at the moment, if I'm coming, which will obligate all testing and determination by come from me, the ministry as the ministry who is responsible for that sector. At the moment, I stuck a lot of things here. I'm not done because one, what equipment on top here, but outdated one, we are in use this time, 1960s. What a new one, I'm not using because any place where you put him lohem, and what lab technicians blame on top of there, need for go doing training for upgrading skills so that they'll be able to meaningfully utilize those equipment. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. And with that response, let me now put the question. The question is that the sum of 68,373,936 for head 28, some part of the schedule. All those in favor say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of 68,373,936 for head 28 now stand part of the schedule. Our next head is head 30, head 30, Ministry of Women, Youth, Children and Family Affairs. The question here is that the sum of $16,156,886 for head 30 start part of the schedule. And any member wish to comment on this head, please you can refer to the PAC's findings and recommendations on the head as on page 120 and 123, 121 to 123 of the report on this bill. Any comments on the bill on those pages? Thank you, Honourable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman. Question regarding this amount here. How much now for land, PEM land, and how much now for PEM design? Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Member for West Arare and Chairman of Bills and Legislation Committee. Chairman, this 1.5 M only for design and planning, and nothing to do with land acquisition. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for your question, Chairman, Bills and Legislation Committee.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for West Arare.
Thank you, Chairman. Minister, have me explain come now. Me look go down law explanatory note here. Law de hem tarem to land acquisition for Honor Youth Center project. Minister hem say no more for him design, but to follow now budget for him, yeah, for the design and also the land acquisition for the Honor Youth Center project.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman, Bills and Legislation Committee. There's been the mistake for putting land acquisition there. We are hoping government by giving land for Yumi Building Youth Center here Lohoniara. So we will be collaborating with the three members of Parliament Lohoniara, West Honiara, Central Honiara and East Honiara. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, is the Minister saying Hemi no garamiet land for this facility? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Member Blow, Small Malaita, for that question. Initially, the idea was a land was earmarked City Council area, but if City Council have got other plans for that area, then the government will need to find a land for us on this one. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, for Minister, I'm confirming no welcome answer the question below me. The Ministry hasn't got any land secured for this project yet.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Member for Small Malaita. Like I explained earlier on, initially, Member of Central Honiara identified this site City Council, Pastor. But if that becomes an issue and Mifala and available Ministry of Women Garam land to Lo Town Ground, we can always have that land for this youth center too. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
At what stage now by you survey whether land law City Council Lehemi available or no more? Thank you.
Honourable Minister. Sir, Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Leader of Opposition, for that question in terms of the land at the City Council. My office has received a letter from the Honiara City Council Mayor on this particular matter, on this particular land. So most likely, so I think they have other plans for that. So it seems very clearly that that will not be now used for the youth center. So they will look at the option of the one at opposite the Honiara Coral Seas Casino. So the one at the City Council has expressed that they have other purposes already in place for that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Leader of Opposition.
Yeah, thank you. So land law you follow longo town ground. Which one here? This one baro lo corner where we get container and works up on any kind samilo lo you follow now.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Leader of Opposition. You're correct. That's the land that belongs to the Ministry of Women. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader.
So therefore this 1.5 million, well the total 1.650 million ME simply for design normal of building. Is that a correct understanding of it?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Leader of Opposition. Yes, for design and also planning and also logistics building. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable MP for East Malaita.
Thank you, Chairman. We just like to ask the Minister question about the land law, the women law down. Mr. That there is a court case with the Ministry of Law, women and with him, one for the investor who have me staff law area. I'm clear now, we just like for Minister for advise him house no more whether that land will be clear, because there is a case between one of investor who like develop that place with the Ministry of Women. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Member for East Malaita. Yes, there is a court case pending. Hemlo court this time. So Commissioner Hemi defending that fella case here for taking back land here. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, no responses from Minister. It seems to me we are planning on a project that we don't have where any place for Putum Lohemi. So I come up with a question also, Mr. Chairman. What can design this one here? Now what you put one will design where him stop for this other place. You could put on another place where what the wall him go on what area about different people now. First one, another one. Second one, I don't know how big, this whole project, this whole facility here. Because one for small house no more, this whole design for a good comprehensive project, Mr. Chairman, it will be 10 times at least this one for a good design. Expensive too much, I don't see what kind of project now cost us 1.6 million no more.
Thank you. Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman of the Parliamentary House Committee and the MP for Small Malaita. Just to respond to the comments that you have raised. As the Minister for Women, Youth and Children Affairs has said, this allocation is for design. So design is not done yet. If the land issue is not sorted out yet. Once the land issue is done, then the design will be done using the allocation law here. And these days, design work is not cheap here. It's very expensive. So the design has not been done yet. I'm aware this allocation is meant for that, for design work. Once they sort out the land issue, then the design work by and done with the allocation law here. The importance of the youth office, that's very, very important. It's like a youth center for them, where youths Lohonera will come and find them information that is relevant for Kata. I believe going forward, it's also the ministry's plan to have similar centers in our provinces. I think 1 or 2 provinces may already have their centers. So this one for Onera. But Chairman, just to clarify that the design is not done yet. That will be done once the land is settled. And this allocation is for that design work. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable MP for, let me please for the opportunity to the MP for Vatu, the former Minister for Women and Social. You may give us some headlight onto this. Honourable.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, the design really actually from International Youth Center where the for Pulogam or Provincial and also outside international. Now design where we preparing for that National Youth Center. And the area where we proposed area normal town council, but there's another area where as mentioned by the minister, under the Ministry of Women, him bending law code, but at the moment title him with the Commission of Lands and in a position for giving the Ministry of Women. But there is a business company where him claiming that fella shame land. So that fella 1.5 and purposely for the concept, draw up the plan where he look at 3-story building. It's not a small building. So now me like for clarifying here. And we really work on that. We believe our powerful minister and the ministry by continue for. You mean needing one for the International Youth Center where at the moment si mi look lo ta youths blame me time kam lo honiana. Imi no garem proper place. And that's the purpose of that. Where inside lo that fala building by youths garem some fala like putting up some fala international network and also youths by access for putting some fala coffee shop underneath, then the conference room lo middle and upstairs some should be office block youths around the Pacific region and inside law. Country blame refer to provincial. As you may have, there are lots of, there are 3 or 4 provinces. Even the ministry, the time Bill finished, about to complete, we believe that the minister will be very soon by carry out opening centers throughout law. Few provinces are almost complete now, and we are looking. The government is looking forward for continue completing 9 provinces. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable INP for Small Malaita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The purpose and the need and law this solar project, no anyone questioning me, Mr. Chairman. Question blow me no more long this particular provision where you may by approval me. And it seems to me that land acquisition is still questioned here. Have no point below me. That also an explanation where honorable member had me explain him come. That's all right, but the point is it's in the courts. So judgment lo hem no more yet here. Me want to survey this one hem for design here or no good hem for land acquisition. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honourable Member, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you again, Member for Small Malaita. That is true. The City Council just came up with trying to get show interest recently no more, but this idea to have that youth center there come up earlier on finish and that land him under government here. So that was the reason why the intentions were in the beginning, yeah. Maybe they heard these plans now, so make their interest known too. So, but that land is under the government, under the Commissioner of Lands, and also this land, Ministry of Women, like my colleague can explain it, Hemlo Commissioner of Lands here, Taitolia, but this person Zitu is challenging the Commission Law Court, but Taitolia Hemlo government. So for public, this one for public interest, yeah. So Commission taken land here. Thank you. I don't know how to explain it further, but that's how much I can explain. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable MP for Mr. Malaita.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much, Minister. Yeah, also, Mr. Gobaklo, same question, Mr. Chair. I mean, Minister, if you should tell him, because if I could recall him about, if you say that title law commissioner, then why not commissioner now giving back law ministry finish? She takes nearly about 7 to 10 years already about the case. I can't remember this, so why now I'm take so long? Now that you say that title law commissioner, why not commissioner just give him back? Mr. Chair, I think that one not be like for minister. If I'm not there, tell him Commissioner, I mean, give him now, but because there is a court case. And Chair, I think, Minister, if that whole case have taken course of 7 years now, it means that Baham still go for another 7 years. So I think, Chair, Minister, if you could try to look at this one, find him any alternative place more, if, yeah, because we look at that Baham no easier. Because if it's easy, then Commissioner should return that land to the Ministry already. But I'm no happiness custom today, Mr. Chairman. So I think I'm issue Ministry for quick time looking lands, Ministry of Lands, so that you guys are eyeing about this one. But it's a High Court case already, so the development like that, I think in Baham still take another 5 years or so before you building this fella youth center, Chairman. But yeah, from that too, Mr. Chairman, I would like to thank Minister of Youth for the continuous support for the youth centers Lord Province is blaming. And I know Malaita has just got a youth center, so thank you very much for that, Minister. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Member for Ismailita. We note your comments, and I think him no more say. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Leader.
Thank you, AG, but I'm not stopping now. I mean, on the facts, on the surface at least, title lo government na I'm no commissioner. Commissioner by no transfer I'm no ministry, and ministry cannot hold him title. So I'm no commissioner, I'm no government na so you may develop him now. If needs eviction, go evict him of people and develop him. Unless court orders and gives an injunction for stopping government from developing. So that's something the AG could clarify. Is there an injunction now? So stop him, you mean? Because otherwise, we're legitimately concerned that 1.5 million by no use no more between August and December because something am held up stuck law court. But if any all right for him to proceed now, go evict now. It's then up to them to go back to court for court more say, hey, no more, you will not do anything. Also. But for you all, we'll wait, no more, we'll wait here now. No, if I'm person little independence say 7 years, we don't realize him that long. It seems an unnecessary long time to take. The other thing would be useful for AG for Talemyomi is what's the probability of success on this matter law court. They must have assessed AG here, so I'll just rephrase my question.
Thank you. Maybe Honourable Leader, you...
Yes, thank you. So I'll AG to assist us. We've been talking about this whole area of town ground, law youth center staff him, and one minister him inform him committee is Taitole commissioner him resume him finish. So the first question is, well, why can't, if Taitole government, why can't we proceed absent an injunction? Proceed to develop it. Make a mean matter of court, go ahead, but unless the court has injuncted government from evicting Mogate and doing any development. So that's the first question. And the second question is, what's the probability or likelihood of success law government or this particular matter law court? Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Attorney General.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Leader of the Official Opposition, for that question. With regards to that land, yes, that is correct. Him name law government this time. Commission of Lands resuming for public purpose. In terms of success, there is a high chance because the number of resumption cases we have one. Actually, every resumption cases before we need law exercise of that power. The only thing they have now is they're trying to say, I think damages. I'm not trying for looking whether what was built on that, government for paying. think they don't know what status was. So that's what is currently before the courts, if I'm correct. So I think hearing has been done. I think ruling now waiting. So once that is come, then we shall proceed. But in terms of injunction, no, there is no injunction against the government. You cannot injunct the government. Crown Proceedings Act prohibiting that one. But that is because there is this understanding that time judiciary him doing wakablem, executive respect him. So they don't need to injunct government executive in doing wakablet because everyone said that, oh, you do wakablet, me waiting, you do wakablet. So that's why was in the logic behind this prohibition. So him no why, but I'm saying government wait no more waiting time judiciary doing wakablet finish, then he shall proceed. But yes, that is correct. The land is with government at the moment. It's just a little bit legal issues and no more waiting court for settlement for you, then you may proceed. But it's been a while back and forth, but hopefully we should have that resolved. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Attorney General. And with those, Honourable MP for East Treso.
Just a very, very small point, just at page 35 of the bill number, so the certain amount of figures here before I go for printing. The total, the original estimate, and I think it's 10 too much. Just out in from go for print. Very small matter.
So, Honourable, any clarification on that? Honourable Minister, Honourable Minister of Finance. Page 35.
Can you come again?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, page 35 of the bill. You got figures lined up there. The original estimate should be 150,000, not 1.5 million more of that. So just it's 10 too much, I think, totally. Tidy him up and finish.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh. Yeah. Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Member for East Treasury. We can actually amend it now, but it may not affect him, the bill itself. Yeah.
Here.
No need to come for agenda. No need. No.
Sorry, Honourable Attorney General.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think we can amend it in committee, and also I can do it after, just by correction normal under legislation act in passing. I can do that after, so we can choose whichever we are doing. But it's just a typo on this one. It doesn't change the numbers, balance and everything, and number we by me voting, but still remain the same. So it's just that part and all by me change.
Thank you. So for clarification, what the committee will be voting on is the sum that is captured on page 4 of the schedule. That's what the committee will be voting on. That's correct. So any corrigenda will subject to what the committee has already voted on. No need? Okay. Okay, we leave that to Financial and Attorney General's office to deal with. But on that note, an explanation, now let me put a question. The question is that the sum of $16,156,886 for 30 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The sum of $16,156,886 for head 13 now stand part of the schedule. Total additional supplementary on the development expenditure. The question is that the total additional supplementary of $263,530,882 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The total additional supplementary of $263,530,822 therefore stand part of the schedule. Honourable members, that concludes our deliberations on the heads of the schedule. And I will now put the question on the schedule. The question is that the schedule stands part of the bill. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The schedule therefore stands part of the bill. And that concludes our deliberations on the schedule of the bill. We shall now proceed with clauses of the bill on page 1. Clause 1. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put a question? Straightforward, none. So do we put a question? The question is that clause 1 stand part of the bill. Those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 1 therefore stands part of the bill. Clause 2. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put the question? Thank you. I will now put the question, and the question is that clause 2 stand part of the bill. All those in favour say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 2 therefore stands part of the bill. Clause 3. Does any member wish to comment on this clause before I put the question? Suppose no more, I will put the question. The question is that clause 3 stand part of the bill. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Clause 3 therefore stands part of the bill. Honourable members, that concludes our deliberations on this particular bill. This Committee of Supply therefore stands dissolved, and the Minister in charge will report to the House when Parliament resumes. Thank you. Parliament is resumed. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to report that the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 has passed through the Committee of Supply without amendments.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Minister reports due consideration of the bill by the Committee of Supply without amendments. The 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 is now deemed to be set down for third reading. Honourable Minister, wish to list any corrections, any standing orders under 38.2 before we proceed to the third reading of the bill? Minister, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. By now, members should have a list containing the typing error within the bill. The list identifies the error and describes how this will be corrected. So I table that list for Parliament's records.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, the House has been duly informed of the correction that will be made to the bill under Standing Order 58.2, and this correction will be made to the bill according to the table before it is sent to His Excellency the Governor-General for his assent. We will proceed immediately to the third reading of the bill.
Third reading, the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025.
Thank you. I will call on the Honourable Minister of Finance and Treasury to move the third reading motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I move that the 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 be now read a third time and do pass.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, I will put the question. The question is that 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 be now read a third time and do pass. All those in favour, say aye. Those against, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is passed.
The 2025 Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025.
Thank you, honourable members. I will now suspend Parliament and will resume at 1:30.